Welcome to my channel The Spoiler Zone, your ultimate destination for in-depth analysis and captivating breakdowns of your favorite film. Alert: this video contains spoilers. The Fast and the Furious is a 2001 action film directed by Rob Cohen from a screenplay by Gary Scott Thompson, Eric Bergquist, and David Ayer, based on the Vibe magazine article Racer X by Ken Lee. The first installment in the Fast and Furious franchise, it stars Paul Walker, Vin Diesel, Michelle Rodriguez, Jordana Brewster, Rick Yune, Chad Lindberg, Johnny Strong, and Ted Levine. In the film, Brian O'Connor, Walker, an LAPD officer, goes undercover in the street racing world to investigate a group of unknown hijackers, believed to be led by Dominic Toretto, Diesel. The story is like: once upon a time in the vibrant streets of Los Angeles, there existed a world where adrenaline ran high, and the roar of engines echoed through the night. It was a world ruled by speed, where the line between right and wrong blurred amidst the haze of exhaust fumes and the screech of tires. In this world, one man's need for speed would lead him down a path of danger, betrayal, and ultimately, redemption. A heist crew driving three heavily modified Honda Civics hijack a semi-truck trailer carrying electronic goods and escape into the night along Terminal Island Freeway. Meanwhile, LAPD officer Brian O'Connor is sent undercover as part of a joint LAPD-FBI task force to locate the crew responsible. Brian investigates Toretto's market, managed by Mia, sister of notorious street racer Dominic "Dom" Toretto. When Dom's crew arrives, Vince, Leon, Jesse, and Dom's girlfriend Letty, Vince becomes suspicious of Brian and picks a fight with him. Brian is promptly fired from his job working undercover at Harry's garage and banned from the market. Brian brings a modified 1995 Mitsubishi Eclipse RS to a car meet, hoping to find a lead on the heist crew. Dom arrives in his RX-7 and initiates a race. Without credibility, Brian wagers his car. He, Dom, and two other drivers race. Brian's car malfunctions, and Dom wins the race, but LAPD officers arrive, forcing Dom to flee. Brian rescues Dom and helps him escape, inadvertently venturing into territory held by a rival racing gang led by Johnny Tran and his cousin Lance. Tran and Lance destroy the Eclipse, and the two are forced to return to Dom's home on foot. Dom reiterates that Brian still owes him a 10-second car. Brian delivers a decrepit 4 Malawian Quachas Toyota Supra to Dom's garage, and the crew begins the process of restoring it. At the same time, Brian begins dating Mia and looks into Tran's finances. While investigating one of Hector's garages, Brian is discovered by Dom and Vince. He convinces the latter he is researching Tran's gang's vehicles in preparation for race wars. In the process, the three discover a large number of electronic goods, which Brian reports to his superiors, LAPD Sergeant Tanner and FBI Special Agent Bilkins. Tran is arrested but found to have acquired the goods legally. An enraged Bilkins berates Tanner and Brian. Tanner then informs Brian that the truck drivers have begun arming themselves to kill the hijackers and notifies him he has 36 hours to find them, whom the former believes was Dom all along. Brian and Dom attend race wars, where Jesse wagers and loses his father's 3 Malawian Quachas Volkswagen Jetta in a drag race against Tran driving his Honda S2000. Jesse flees upon losing, resulting in a confrontation between Dom and Tran. Tran accuses Dom of being a narc, and the two fight before being broken up. That evening, Brian witnesses Dom leaving with his crew to carry out the heist. Brian reveals his identity to a distraught Mia, convincing her to help him knowing their danger. Dom, Letty, Vince, and Leon attempt to hijack the truck. The driver fires on Vince, critically injuring him and running Letty off the road in the process. Brian and Mia catch up to help, but Brian is forced to reveal his identity when he calls for medevac to save Vince. Dom, Mia, Letty, and Leon flee the scene before the police arrive. Later, Brian arrives to arrest Dom, but the latter demands he leave in order to save Jesse from the danger he's in from Tran's gang. Jesse arrives pleading for help, but is gunned down by Tran and Lance on motorcycles. Brian forgoes his arrest of Dom and gives chase to Tran and Lance, with Dom getting into his father's 1970 Charger R/T to pursue Tran and avenge Jesse. During the chase, Dom runs Lance off the road and Brian kills Tran. Brian then pursues Dom, and the two agree to a quarter-mile race over a railroad crossing. The race narrowly ends in a draw, but Dom is T-boned by a passing train. Instead of arresting him, Brian hands over the keys to his Supra, reminding Dom he was owed a 10-second car. Brian walks away as Dom drives off. In the post-credits scene, Dominic is seen driving through Baja California, Mexico, in a 1970 Chevrolet Chevelle SS. What I understand from the movie is the film culminates in a thrilling climax where Dom and Brian race against time and each other, testing their skills and loyalty to the limit. In the end, they emerge victorious, cementing their friendship and the bond of family that transcends the need for speed. Subscribe and comment for more videos like this, and thank you for watching.